The last episode of Rose came near the exact start they needed for the new era. But here came the first real test of the show. Could they prove the first episode was not just some one-off Hail Mary? Well, that brings us to The End of the World by Russell T Davies.
After her first adventure with the Doctor, Rose travels 5 billion years into the future to witness the end of the Earth, for it to only quickly turn into a race against time and their lives are put in danger as well as everyone else on the station. And, I mean, come on. That is Doctor Who, and I'm forever to keep saying that. I think the pacing is once again one of RTD's biggest strengths. He balances the fast-paced moments with the tenderly slow ones beautifully. RTD continues to make the universe feel massive without overwhelming you. He manages to take the human concept of mortality and push it by setting it at the end of the world, as RTD puts the idea of how small our lives are, as when you think about it, we will be forgotten in 5 billion years. I mean, no one lives that long unless you're Jesus. It's like how you see the gravestones of people of the 1500s when you walk through a cemetery. The people who would have known them and visited them have long since passed. However, I think that idea is much better handled in Hyde in Season 7, but that is a long way away. But right now, RTD plants that micro thought beautifully, especially when Rhodes calls Jackie. Christopher Eccleston is fantastic once again, and there is a pun intended there. However, I have one problem. His choice of taking Rose to this station at this certain time of her own planet exploding. I found that was completely wrong, as where else do you take your mortal companion? Ah, yes, to the very end of their species' existence. Oh, of course. That's like Rose taking Doctor to the moment Gallifrey blew up. I mean, like, Jesus, is insensitive much?
Now we come to Rose, and unfortunately, I found her really underwhelming this episode. She's still asking the questions we all ask, being that perfect audience surrogate role, but compared to Rose, she felt much more passive in this episode, as she ends up falling to the damsel in distress role, but in a big way, as instead of staying with a group of occupants of the station,
she leaves and gets knocked the fuck out.
Really, Russell? Cassandra is honestly just a fun villain. She's completely ridiculous in concept, but somehow it works. She's memorable, entertaining, and fits the slight camp tone RTD was going for. She's never particularly threatening, but I don't think she needed to be, as her most threatening moment was played for a laugh when the Doctor asked, "What are you going to do, moisturise me?" And then she said, "Yes, with acid." Funny as that is, Doctor, that would still bloody hurt. I would love to see you try to, enjoy a little acid moisturisation. Why does Russell T Davies always kill off the characters I end up liking? Yeah, he's so hesitant to kill main cast, Jackie in Journey's End. Nice one. Oh, it's just so infuriating. It's like, Russell, you. I'm fine. In my opinion, the most memorable sequence was the Doctor dances to Tainted Love. And for the worst sequences, it has to do with anything involving the shield controls. I cannot believe a single button of a Blue Man reject is capable of killing someone. Like, what if he were to lose someone he hated to the station? He can just get rid of him and say, "Oh, it wasn't me, it was just an electrical fault. I didn't press the button, there's something wrong with the technology." Like, really? That's just there. Russell, that's just cheap writing, and you know it. All in all, The End of the World does exactly what a second episode should do. It expands the universe, develops the Doctor, builds the world, introduces Rose to timey-wimey adventures, and proves the first episode wasn't just a one-off success. The Murder One, I think, is the only flaw of an otherwise strong episode, as it's a perfect follow-up to an opening of a new series. As well, I give this an A out, and it's going to go in an A tier. However, I'm going to keep it behind Rose due to the faults of the writing and the not so concrete plot holes you can poke in it.